Christmas. He's good soul, he's got energy, he can run around. See how he gets on.
Your officials today are Lewis Smith, referee, and assistants Ian Croston and Guy Thrower.
Lewis!
Fucking hell. So Coleshill Town goes through 4-2 on penalties. I'd like to wish the supporters, players and A difficult game yesterday, 0-0, and then obviously straight to penalties, the lottery of penalties.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on exiting the cup?
Really disappointed, if I'm honest. What the cups do, and they've always been really good for us in terms of like the county cups, they give us an opportunity to play people that are not getting regular minutes. Last night we had 2 new members into the squad who haven't played any football with us yet, and so it gave them an opportunity, and 3 or 4 boys could play that have not been playing. So it gives them an opportunity. It also gives us an opportunity to maybe leave a couple out. We wanted to leave out probably a couple more, but we're just struggling numbers wise. I think there was a few players playing really fatigued. Obviously the Saturday Monday turnaround's quick, but put that to one side, the performance was very, very poor. If I'm honest, full credit to Coleshill. It's a quick turnaround for them as well. I don't know much about their squad, but they probably haven't got a massive squad like we haven't. We've got a small squad, so it does stretch you. But I think when you give people an opportunity and they've not been playing, then you expect a lot more. From them individually, because people will always knock your door. Well, I'm not playing, and last night's a real good opportunity, and sadly the boys, given the opportunity, didn't take it. But then there's players that have been playing regularly for us that didn't perform to the standards and the levels that they have done, since the start of the season. So you look at it, we understand as a club that obviously it doesn't carry the same kind of finances as an FA Cup or an FA Trophy, but it's a competition that I think we got to quarterfinals last year and had some really good games. And it would generate money from the home games in terms of crowds. So we're disappointed to exit it, but I think more disappointed in the manner. It gets to penalties and it's a lottery, but if I'm being honest, did we do enough to win the game? No, we didn't. Did we look like losing it? No, we didn't. I thought it was a real poor game. Two teams that looked tired. There was no intensity, no tempo, and in possession I thought we passed for the sake of passing at times, and we just went round in circles. And like I say, really disappointed with us as a group, disappointed individually, and naturally disappointed that that we went out and we weren't able to continue all the good work that we've done this season so far, and we let the fans down last night because as we always do, we get good numbers that come to games, and there's some fantastic Redditch fans there last night, and they would have felt shortchanged because the performance was poor, probably the worst we've been this season, if I'm being honest. But again, full credit to Coleshill. When he gets to penalties, their penalties were better than ours. I thought the quality of penalties from us was really poor on the night as well.
We mentioned a bit light on the ground with numbers, a few fatigued and carrying knocks. Do you have an update on anyone possibly coming back into squad that's been injured, or JJ, for example, that's out on loan at the moment?
I think we made a mistake in terms of the paperwork. When somebody goes on loan, we didn't include a clause there so JJ would play for us in that, so we couldn't call him back. So he's actually playing tonight for Bolmere against Alvechurch, which I'm going to go and watch. Callum, we just left Callum out of the squad yesterday. Left Gift was on the bench, didn't want to risk him. AJ's probably, he'll train on Thursday with a view to maybe being back in the squad. It may be a little bit too soon for him. And we're out there now trying to strengthen. We left, obviously Jaden's done really well for us, left him out last night. Aram's been carrying a bit of a knock, so we left him out last night as well. So just try and look after boys as best as we can. We know that we've had 4 on the bench last couple of games as well. So there is room, in the squad to bring somebody in, but they've got to be the right type. I think it's really important as well. We said I listened to Adam's interview a few weeks ago after the Leiston game. We never ever at this club, we never get too high with highs, and you can't get too low with the lows. Look, disappointing night last night, but in the grand scheme of things, it's still been a good start to the season. And I know you're going to go into talk about Saturday, and that that'll be a tough game for us.
So as you already alluded to, you know what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
Rushall in the trophy, financial. It's obviously a bigger cup in terms of the financial package. Plenty of familiar faces coming back. What are your thoughts on that, and how does it help or hinder you when you know some of their players so well and how they play?
Look, what I would say is that over the course that I've been here 3 years, we've had some real big, good, fantastic games. We beat them in the cup last season, and we lost 3-2 here. It was a real good game. They absolutely battered us at their place. 7-2, I think it was. We drew 3 the year before here. We're 3-0 up, and we drew at their place 2-2. So the games have always been close. The players know everything about each other. What they have done this year, they've obviously a conference. They were outstanding last season. They got promoted. They're a division higher. They've had probably an up and down start because they started poorly. Then they had a real good run, and I think they've lost 3 on the bounce now, and they play Alfreton tonight. So, I think their focus will always be on staying in the league. That's what their focus should be, at Rushill. And I'm sure they can do that. They've got a fantastic striker. He's the artist property at the minute. We know a lot about Danny Waldron. But we know a lot. We know a lot about them, but they know everything about our players as well. And I think that what it'll be. First of all, it'll be tough. Rushill, if Rushill were with the squad that they've got now, it's a much better team than they had last season when they got promoted. I think if they were in our league now, they'd win the league. Liam's done a really good job there, and we know that we've got to really bring our A game, and that we haven't seen that for a couple of weeks. We've got to bring our A game for us to go toe to toe and compete with them. And I'm sure the boys were going to train on Thursday, train really well, and then prepare for Rushill on Saturday and give it our best go.
So a disappointing result overall today, losing out on penalties against Coleshill. What are your thoughts on the game as an overall?
There's been more entertaining ones. It was just very flat. No team was like having a good spell for 10-15 minutes. It was more a couple set pieces there in the first half, and then Lotteries really with the penalties. Theirs were better than ours. I maybe should have saved the first one I nearly got to, but this Lottery, it's just come off a wrist instead of my palm. But it's football at the end of the day. The other day I could save it. Today I didn't. It is what it is.
Just to touch on penalties, you mentioned you came very close to 2 of them getting a fingertip on them. As a goalkeeper, how do you prepare and how do you predict which way to play?
So their stance in their run up, so the one that I went really close to, I could tell he was only going that way because of how narrow he was to the ball. And then for the other one I got close-ish to be fair, it was just out my reach. I could tell by his body shape he was really open, so he was going to go around the other way. But I didn't gamble early enough because I didn't want to give away where I was going to go. But I do a lot of penalty analysis, but I do need to work a little bit on pens, just a little bit. But as a goal, you ask any goalkeeper, they don't go and turn up for training and then go, I want to work on penalties for 20 minutes. You look at the analysis side, but you don't. Maybe I should. Maybe I will be Thursday. But yeah.
And then the last question for you. Obviously, we mentioned disappointing result today. Got another chance in a cup game on Saturday against Rushill, who have picked up some good form in the league.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts heading into that game?
I think it'll be a good game, as in you've got to look at. I know the last 2 results haven't went as we wanted them, as in Barwell we were on top for 60 minutes and then we just had a mad 10-15 minute spell. Tonight was just a nothing game, as in the tempo was dead and it's a bit low, but I feel more than confident we can definitely get a positive result on Saturday. There's no reason not to at home as well. With the squad we've got on our day, we could beat anyone, to be honest.